Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Brooke, or Baby Sims on all of my socials, and today we are building the second house on my two houses, one lot build in Newcrest for my save file. That's a whole lot of words. That was like one really big long run-on sentence. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so in the last video that I posted, you guys would have seen, if you watched it. If you didn't, I'm really upset and I'm really mad. Just kidding. Anyway, I built the house that you can kind of see right now, and it is the first house because this is like one of those, you know, for rent expansion using two houses on one lot, fancy schmancy things. So this is the second house, and this is for the Thorne family, and the family who lives here is a family that obviously has the last name Thorne. But that's not what I was going to say. I want to tell you a little bit about them. So if I go into my little folder here and go into, here we go. All right, so the people who live here is the oldest person in this household is Grandma, and Grandma's name is Helen. Helen is retired. I don't know what she did previously, but I know that she does not work anymore. She also has the big happy family aspiration, and she just always wanted to have like a bunch of cousins, grandkids, you know, things like that. And happy, I wish you best of luck, Helen. And then there is a mom of this household. Her name is Catherine, and she works as a doctor, and she has the working out aspiration thing. I don't really know how to explain it besides that, but you know what I mean. And then we have the dad named Anthony, who works in the athlete career, but in my brain I think he is like a soccer coach. And he is has the master chef aspiration, which means that he actually desires being a chef. But obviously things don't work out the way we want them to. And then they have their oldest son named Dylan, which if you know me in real life, no you don't, but also you know why I love that name. He is 9 years old, and he is a male, and he's a child. And then they have two daughters. One is named Aubrey, and she is a toddler, and she is 4 years old. And then they have another daughter named Addison, who is also a toddler, but 2 years old. So they are not twins. They are 2 years different. And they also have a cat, which I thought was important to add to this because I love cats. And as of the day I'm recording this, it is National Cat Day. So it is very important for me to bring up the fact that it is Cat Day and that they have a cat in this household. So yeah, and they all have the last name Thorne, and I believe that Miss Helen, the grandmother of this family, she is actually the dad's mother. Like, she's a grandmother on the paternal side, not the maternal, which for some reason when I do households like this, I always make like the grandparents on the maternal side. I don't really know why I do that, but it's not. Miss Helen is on the paternal side of the family, not the maternal. There we go. And this house, like the one next door to it, has a 5 bedrooms plus 1 empty room in the basement that could, you know, very easily be another bedroom, and it has 6 bathrooms as well. It also has a garage. I believe it also has a home office, and I think maybe even a playroom, but I'm not actually sure about that. I think this is also the playroom. But yeah, and for the color scheme for this outside of the house and the inside, kind of with a very white beige with some stone as an accent. And yeah, I really like the way this house looks. I think it's really cool, and they have like a little wraparound porch as well, and of course a big backyard with a pool. And it wasn't until I was done this house and taking screenshots that I realized that I kind of made these houses look very similar, and it was not on purpose. Like, they kind of have the same interior color scheme, and their backyards are laid out the exact same. That was definitely not on purpose, my bad, but you know, it is what it is, and that's the way it went. So yeah. Here throughout this build as well, you might see me go back and forth, like I might add something in the house on the left there, but for the most part this video is based around this one, since the last I want to say episode, but you know what I mean, the last build I posted was focused on the house on the left, which I believe was called the Rogers family home, which, because the Rogers family lives there. I don't know if the two families are friends, I just think they're neighbors. And the reason behind me wanting to build the 2 houses on one lot is because, well, okay, I am a sucker for having more lots in this game, and that's why I kind of wish that we, with for rent, even though I know it doesn't really fit, I wish that we got the for rent features, but also with community lots, so like we could make a lot of cafe, and also a bar, and also a park, and also a pool, like, you know what I mean? Whoa, you know what I mean? So I kind of wish that that was able to do too. So whenever I build community lots, I try to make them multi-purpose in some way or another, and I love for rent for that reason, because you can make things multi-purpose, and you can make, not really multi-purpose, but you can make more than one house on one lot. So yeah, I obviously really like that idea, and I'm trying to include, if you guys have been keeping up with this save file series since I started it, For Rent came out around the middle of when I was doing Oasis Springs. So I obviously did an Oasis Springs apartment building, and then we're in Newcrest. We're gonna have this for lot, and then when we move on to Winterberg, there'll be probably townhouses or something. Like, I'm trying to include kind of a for rent type of multifamily lot in each world, because I really love the idea, and I think they're such like almost like a space saver, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, anyway. So before these, oh my god, I can't speak today, I'm sorry. I had a long day, and I was also in the sun all day, and I've been tired, but let me take a deep breath and start over. Okay, we're gonna start over. Originally, I was gonna do a set of 3 townhouses on a lot in like the top part of the map there, like that neighborhood, but I completely forgot, and I'd finished the whole neighborhood with all houses that were not with the for rent pack. So I was like, oh, I forgot. And then I realized I had this 50 by 50 lot, and I was like, you know what? I just don't feel like building a giant mansion, because I already built 2 giant mansions in Oasis Springs, or 1 giant mansion in Oasis Springs and 2 giant mansions in Willow Creek. I'm kind of mansioned out. So I was like, what else can I do without making it look like this lot is big with a tiny house or like a regular size house on it? And I was like, oh, but I also forgot to use a multi-purpose lot, so yeah. And at first I was like, what if I do townhouses? But then I thought, like, you know what, that maybe wouldn't fit, because this is a very, very suburban neighborhood, and I was like, it wouldn't fit an apartment building, wouldn't really fit a duplex because it's too, like, I don't know, big of a lot. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do 2 suburban houses and split them in 2, and we're just gonna make a lot with 2 houses on it. And I really love the idea. And now, instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 houses, you have 6 in this neighborhood, which is great, and I really love that. So yeah, and we are so close to being done. Oh wait, Newcrest already, which I'm super excited about, because I just love building in this game, and I look forward to it. Like, right now I'm really excited to get this video out for you guys so that I can move on to building my next house, which is in the lot next to this, and it's a 40 by 30 lot. So I'm really excited to move on and get started on that. So yeah, we're almost finished. We just have 1 more neighborhood left, which is gonna be all community lots. And if you guys are not new to my channel, you know that I take approximately like an hour in real life to do community lots. Like, I'm really, really quick with them, which means the video usually is only like between 15 and 20 minutes. So I'm super excited about that, because then we'll be done. And I'm trying to organize it into like each world. Oh my god, sorry. Each world has its own like designated space, in the way that like they have 1 neighborhood that is just for community lots, and then the rest are residential, where I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do at Winterberg, because Winterberg, if you have that pack, if you have the get together pack, you know that that literally is like so scattered. Like, there's like half residential and half community lots on every single neighborhood. So I'm kind of trying to split that up a little bit so that I can have all my community lots in one place and then move all the houses to a different place. So yeah, I don't know, I'm pretty excited about that, and I'm pretty excited to move on. However, I'm really gonna miss the suburban style of building with Newcrest, because that's my favorite type of building, and if I'm honest, it's like the only building style I really like. Mediterranean came around to me when we were doing Oasis Springs. I did kind of get used to it, and I was like, alright, it's fine. I am not very good at, like, you know, the funny thing is, I always say this, but it's literally the same thing. It's just a suburban house with maybe a different roof texture, or maybe a different, like, wall pattern. Because the only thing that's going to change between doing Newcrest and doing Winterberg is that I make them look a little more Tudory. Like, maybe they're a little darker color scheme in the exterior. Oh no. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't really ever, until I had a YouTube channel, branched out and like did different things with building. I only ever built suburban homes. So yeah, and I'm still learning like every single day. So I'm really excited, because this whole save file thing is kind of like a building challenge for me as well, because obviously I'm learning different styles. Like, before I started the save file, I literally never built a Mediterranean home in my life, and then I built a whole world of them. So, you know, there's a good thing about everything. Either way, let's talk a little bit about the build and what I am currently doing in this speed build, because we rarely do that. I'm currently trying to figure out the floor plan, which, if you saw for the last couple minutes, I have been struggling with. So my bad, y'all. There is a lot of different things, and one thing that I'll say my weaknesses with this build was definitely the floor plans, and I discussed this in my last video when I was building the Rogers family home, but I'm going to discuss it again in this video. So one thing I learned, and it was halfway through building these houses, but like too late to change it, was like, I build my houses way too long. You know what I mean? Like, they're not very big width-wise, but they're very long, and I need to stop doing that because then it causes me to have trouble with the floor plan and every room being so ginormous and having all of these extra rooms, which aren't a bad thing, but it just makes it harder for myself to decorate and different things like that. So I need to make my houses a tiny bit less long, a little bit shorter. So that's one thing I learned a little bit halfway through doing this, and watching this build, I'm definitely like, yeah, I definitely need to start doing that, because not that the floor plan or anything is bad in this house, it's just that, like, girl, it does not need to be this extra. Like, it just seems like it's so much. So yeah, I sincerely apologize, and I'm learning from my mistakes, y'all. I'm gonna change, I promise. I'm gonna make my house a little shorter if I can. I always say that, and then I somehow, like, I said that before I built this too, I'm sure, and then I was like, well, maybe if it's just a little bit longer, then it will be fine. No, I should learn how to stop listening to myself is really the problem here. Like, the problem isn't my building skills, the problem is just me in general. I just exist and I do it wrong. So oh my. Anyway, we are now furnishing the foyer, which is very big compared to the house next door. It is quite luxurious, if you ask me. And another thing about this build is I really put my all into both of them, which I said in the last video, but I really put in a lot of effort. Like, this house, these two builds took me longer than literally anything I've ever built on my channel, probably, because I tried to put so much effort. And as I said in the last video, in the progress of making this build, I literally downloaded the tool mod for the first time, so you might see me here and there throughout this video fiddling with it and failing epically because I suck at using that mod, but I tried my best. Okay, I tried, but I'm still learning. I think it's one of those things where you kind of learn as you go though, but I'm definitely trying. So, back to the build. Anyway, I'm going to share with you guys a little secret. This is my second time recording this voiceover, like this part of the voiceover, starting right now, because I stopped for a second and then I came back and I was recording and then my editing software crashed and deleted my voiceover. So, hello, I'm back again, but this time a little more frustrated and a little more mad, because just before I did this voiceover, I was doing some work on like a different computer for a different thing, and that was lagging and crashing too, so technology's not my friend today, and I'm really frustrated, but I'll try not to let it show too much. So, we are now decorating the entryway foyer thing, put this little board from Parenthood, some things from the Everyday Clutter kit, and then this little long table thing. I don't even know what packet's from. I want to say maybe cats and dogs. What do you guys call those? What is the actual name for those? I always call them long tables. I don't know if they're called what their actual name is. Maybe console tables? I don't know. Either way, I just call them long tables, but we are actually currently furnishing, or I guess cluttering up that long table, console table, whatever, and you guys should be really proud of me, because that envelope I just placed down last video, if you guys watched that, I had to cut out me messing with it, because I tried to do the same thing in the house next door to this one, but it took me 10 real life minutes, that's right, 10 real life minutes to get it right, and it still didn't get right, so I just gave up on it. It only took me a couple seconds in this video, so it's pretty good. Can't complain. And another thing about this house that I wish I did a little differently was how hallway-y it is. I don't even know if that's really a word, but I feel like this house has a lot of hallway, and same with the one next door. But I mean, that is something that is kind of realistic in real life too. I feel like a lot of houses have a lot of hallway. It's just kind of the way it goes. But I don't know. I would rather use that space for something different. But as I've said, sometimes it's just be like that. Sometimes the Sims in the house just wants a long hallway, and there's nothing you can do to fight that. I was actually telling somebody about that the other day, so I was telling them like about my Sims, and I was like, oh well, she just keeps doing this and then she keeps doing that, and it was so frustrating. And then the person was like, you control them, why don't you just make them stop? And I was like, because they're Sims, and sometimes the Sims want to do what the Sims want to do, and then you might just want to cry about it, but that is unfortunately the way that it goes. So like, it's not my fault that my Sim just keeps picking up the baby and putting him down again over and over and over again. Okay, I tried to stop her, she didn't want to stop, she just wanted to do that, so I left her to it. That's her business, not mine. It's no longer my problem. But yeah, we are currently furnishing the home office for Mom. I intended for this to be for Mom, but of course when you guys put your family in here, it would be for literally anybody, because just because I made a storyline or a family for this house doesn't mean it will be obviously the same family that you put in this game. So yeah, that is the vibe. And yeah, I really like this one. I think it's really cool. This is a home office for the mom who's a doctor in this household, which I'm pretty sure I said earlier, but yeah, she is a doctor, and I don't know what you do, because honestly, the doctor care, you don't have anything to do when you get home, because like, my sim is a doctor, and when she gets home from work, there's like nothing she can do on the computer to work from home. Like, she can't like fill out reports or anything like other jobs you can in the game, so I don't know. Maybe it's just like a family office where like maybe the kids can play computer games or practice typing or do what they do. I don't know. But either way, there is an office in this household because why not? And I really try my hardest to really make this place look really lived in and cluttered on purpose because I just think it looked really good. And I know that I'm kind of back and forth on this topic about cluttering houses because sometimes it's like, yeah, it looks great. It's all lived in. It's all cool. And other times it's like, there's a difference between clutter and mess. And I don't know. It's a very fine line for me. So I don't know if you would count this as a messy room or just a cluttered lived-in room, but for me it was a little bit of a mix of both. But we are now furnishing the laundry room of this house, and it is a bigger laundry room than the house next door has, which they probably are jealous over, if I had to guess. But I really like their laundry room. I think it's cool. It's like kind of like a dream laundry room type of situation. And one thing about me is that every time I build a laundry room, I have to use this shelf from Eco Lifestyle. It's like literally called the laundry shelf or something like that, and I have to use it every time because like it has towels and stuff on it. It's like the perfect laundry shelf, and I usually stack more towels on it, and I always put the iron board and the broom from laundry day stuff on the wall. Always. It's like a thing with me. But in other words, we are now moving on to the main living space, which is the living room, dining, and kitchen area, and I'm placing this fireplace. I was going to say furnace. Fireplace from Cottage Living with these little base game cabinets beside it to make it look a little more built in. And this living room area also has a door to the exterior on the wraparound porch, and that door is from the Greenhouse Haven kit, which I really like that kit, and I don't use it as often as I should, but I like it a lot. And yeah, so I do like it, and I think it looks cool. I'm starting to think now that I'm watching this back that maybe I should use a different door because it doesn't really fit in with the house, I don't find, but either way, too late to change that now. And here's another console table, because that's another thing about me is I love some console tables in The Sims. I put them every time I see a blank wall. I'm like, what should I put here? It's a console table. It's always gonna be a console table, a long table, if you will. And I'm just putting around some things like carpets and plants and lamps. Hey, plants and lamps rhymed. Anyway. And now I'm just kind of decorating this place. It's not really a big space, so there's not really much to decorate, honestly. And plus the fireplace takes up most of that wall, and that wall is kind of short, so I didn't really have to do too much, but I definitely try my best to clutter it and make it look really realistic and super cool. And yeah, I think I kind of achieved my goal with that. I put some little toys down because there is kids in this household, so maybe they left some toys and then mom or dad or somebody put them in a little baggie and put them downstairs so they can play downstairs as well. I always end up doing that. I'm always like, oh, I'll keep all the kids' toys in the rooms when I'm playing my game. I'm like, the kids' toys stay in the room, and all of a sudden, like, your toddler is crawling around downstairs, and you're like, oh my god, just, like, give him a toy. Give him a toy, and somehow my Sims living room has, like, 6 toys in it, which I feel like is somewhat realistic to real life, too. I feel like that probably happens, and I wouldn't know. I don't have kids, because I'm 20, but I feel like that's something that probably happens in real life as well. I also never really have been around kids. I'm the youngest kid in my family. I have a brother who's like 28, so I'm 20, so I mean, I definitely am not really like around kids ever. I mean, I have like 2 younger cousins, but they're not much younger than me. Like, my cousin younger than me is 15, and then my other one, like his sister is 13, so like, and I'm 20, so of course they were kids around me, but I was never like around them. I don't know. My boyfriend has a little brother. My boyfriend has a younger brother as well, but again, I wasn't really around when he was like a baby, so I don't really been around babies or toddlers even. So my bad. I don't know what parents do with toddlers. I never really knew one. Never been around one, so wouldn't know. We just, anyway, to finish off that long rant, we are now working on the dining room, which is a very small space, as you can see. I put in these cool kitchen stuff cabinets. I was gonna say counters. They're not counters, but cabinets along that wall there because I think it looks pretty cool. And then I put this little console table thing from Seasons with plates and stuff inside. So it puts that little plant thing from My Running Stories base game, fruit bowl, and then I'm pretty sure I put the bird cage from For Rent there. And then just, you know, decorated the kitchen table a little bit, which is so funny that I do that in builds because as soon as I download a house, if there's anything on the kitchen table, I'm deleting it. I hate when people put like for playing. Like, I do it my own builds because I think it looks nice. But when I'm playing, I hate having things on the kitchen table because I like to put, like, whatever my Sims are having for breakfast or supper or whatever, I like to put the dish in the middle. So that kind of, you can't really do that when there's, you know, things there. But either way, we are now decorating the kitchen, which is a pretty nice space, if I have to say. There is 2 stoves, which in my mind is the idea of luxury. So, you know, and I end up using these perfect patio stuff counters, and then I'm pretty sure those are Dream Home Decorator cabinets with that new-ish stuff pack. What was it called? Oh my gosh. Hustle, Home Chef Hustle fridge, and then Parenthood stoves, and then I put a coffee machine because I always do, because for some reason all my Sims are addicted to coffee, so it's like a necessity for me. And I usually always end up putting a microwave because I feel like every house has a microwave, you know what I mean? Like, it just feels weird if I don't. And I put 2 pet bowls down in the dining room because I didn't know where else to put them, and they have a cat, I believe, in this house. And even though I guess cats or pets in The Sims in general don't really need water bowls, I always end up putting 2 down. So what do you do? My friend just texted me. Oh my. Sorry, I don't know. I didn't mean to go silent. My friend just sent me like a TikTok, and it's like from like literally 11 years ago, and it's me and her because we were friends for a very long time, and was a jump scare. Anyway, I did not expect to see myself as a child pop up on my TikTok feed at this time of night on this random day, so is what it is. Anyway, I am now cluttering up the kitchen counters with some various items that I find in the game that I like to use. And yeah, I find that I always use the same objects every time I clutter a kitchen up because, like, I feel like there's only so many kitchen items and I always use the same ones in the same swatch, but I tried to use a little bit more that I don't use. I don't know. I tried. Okay, I tried. But yeah, so I think we are moving on now. We finished the main living space and stuff like that. So now we're moving on to the back outryway. Is it what it's called? It's like a back foyer type of thing. Mudroom, I guess, is the technical term that you could use for it. And yeah, I put these little Dream Home Decorator cabinet, or what are those called? Like, they're like just like module closet pieces things. I put those there, and then I'm putting another console table because we already established how I feel about those, and I'm putting a mirror above it, trying to find the right one, but I always end up going back to this one. I just really love that mirror. It's super pretty. And I end up putting these 2 light blue chairs with a little table in between them. Those chairs I believe are from Cats and Dogs, and I just put a little sitting area in. I think this room ends up being really cute. Granted, your Sims will probably literally never be in here. Like, my Sims have basically a carbon copy of this room in their own house, and they're literally never in here. Like, it has like a chair, a little bench, whole like mudroom set up with clothes. My Sims are only in there when they're going outside, but like, it has no purpose. Like, my Sims don't sit in there to read or anything. Like, they don't sit there ever. So I don't know. I guess I just put it there for decoration purposes. But even in real life, how often would you sit in your mudroom to hang out? Probably not ever. But I guess it'd be useful in real life to like put your shoes on, or I don't know, throw coats over. That's what we use for in my house. I feel like if we had a chair, like, we do have a chair right by my back door, and it's usually covered in like coats or like a jacket or sweaters or like towels, even when we're coming in from the pool or something. So maybe that's what that's for. It's the chair. You can't see me, but I did that like thing in SpongeBob when he says like imagination, you know, the chair. Yeah, that thing. Anyway, we are now just kind of decorating this place up a little bit. I put some potters from the Greenhouse Haven kit. Some little boxes of storage, which are a staple in every household that I ever have built from Dream Home Decorator, because they're just boxes of storage. You never know what could be inside them, and you don't need to know. So, and then over here I put a phone, lamp, candle, things like that. And yeah, I'm putting some gardening supplies, box of random things, different things like that. And what are we moving on to now? That's always a good question. Windows, because I forgot to put windows on the side of the house, both sides of the house. So I decided that now would probably be a good time to probably do that. So, you know, it's the way it goes sometimes. Sometimes you just need to put windows on the side of the house. My thing lagged and I couldn't see anything. That's why I was rambling on about windows on the side of the house, because my game, or not my game, my footage like completely lagged out on me and I couldn't see anything. So so yeah, my bad, y'all. I'm sorry I rambled on about windows there for a minute. We are now moving on to the half bathroom on this floor, and it's very boring, and honestly, I'm sorry to make you watch it. It's just random things. And now we're moving on to the master bedroom, which I didn't realize, and it was until this point that I realized I'm furnishing the house very similar to the house that my current household Sims live in, which you guys have not seen and probably will not see for a very long time. Built it in San Sequoia, and the video itself is like 2 hours long. So, yeah, I it looks very similar. The room has like the built-in fireplace thing with the same kind of bed, same type exact layout with the closet and bathroom type of thing. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm uncreative. We know that. We've been know this. But either way, I'm just putting down some chairs and stuff in front of the window so you can, I don't know, sit, watch something. I don't know. But I use this bed. I'm pretty sure it's from City Living, which I haven't used this bed in a very long time. Mostly because the swatches on it are very weird. But I liked it. So I put it in. Thought it looked good. And yeah, we have that mirror from Jungle Adventure, which if you ask me is the best full-length mirror in this game. I think it is so gorgeous. And I'm pretty sure those chairs are from the debug menu of Eco Lifestyle. That is, I don't even know where that is from. I want to say Cottage Living, but I don't know if that's true for that fireplace. But it's, I want to know. Cottage Living is what I'm going with. It is a nice fireplace. I don't think I've ever really used it, but I'm putting this record player in. I forget what kit it's from, but it's from the one that the Simmer made, which doesn't help anybody because most Simmers made the kits. You know, even if I like knew the name of the kit, that'd probably be helpful. I'm trying to think. Modern Lux kit, is that it? Either way, it's a record player from there, and I think it looks pretty good. I don't know how I'd feel having a bed in front of the windows like that. I'm gonna be honest. My bed is in front of a window, so maybe I can't speak. My bed is in front of a window, but I also have curtains over it. I guess they do too, but in The Sims you can't close the curtains, which I really wish was possible, because like I don't need everybody in the neighborhood seeing my business. You know what I mean? But it's The Sims, so nobody cares. But yeah, I'm just trying to decorate these little tables. As you can see, and as I said earlier, I'm trying to put my all into this build. Usually I would have just left them alone and kept on with my day, but I decided to really put my effort in this time around because I think it helps and I think it looks good and makes the house look better. Also makes it more expensive, so sorry to your Sims that are gonna go bankrupt because they're trying to buy this house. But it is on a residential rental, so I guess you'll only have to pay for the furnishing price, not the lot price, right? I don't know how that works. I've never played in residential rentals to this day. Don't know if I want to. I hear it's really glitchy. So sorry if you're having really bad glitches when you're playing in this, but maybe it's fine for some people and some people it's not. But we are moving on now to the little closet in the room here, which is really beautiful. However, when the walls are like half cut away, you cannot see this room at all. Like you can, but it just looks empty, which is kind of sad. Because I use so many like module things, and for some reason they don't show when the walls are like cut away. So my bad, y'all. But either way, it's a cute closet and I like it. And yeah, then there's a master bath across from it, of course. And I believe, is that every room in this downstairs area that we need to get done? Or do we, I think we still have the garage, but, and the master bathroom. Okay, so you know what I mean? Like when the walls are half cut away, you cannot see that closet. But it's fine. And we have a little walk-in shower here, which I thought was super cute, super awesome. I love walk-in showers like this. When I get the chance to do them, it just looks super good and I love it. And it also makes the room not look so gigantically big. So yeah, and I'm just putting in some sinks in. I use the Parenthood sinks throughout this whole build. I think that they're one of the nicest bathroom sinks, or just like sinks in general that we have. They're really nice. I like them because they kind of look like a counter, but they're also a sink. And that means that your Sims won't glitch out or be weird with using them. So, yeah. And I'm sorry that you guys have to watch me furnish yet another bathroom. I feel bad leaving the bathrooms in, but like, I don't know, because they're literally all the same. Every single bathroom I built on my channel for the last like probably year has been the exact same. I use the same towels. I use the same like literally everything. So my bad, because I know it's probably repetitive and boring, but I didn't want to cut it out because maybe there is people out there who are like, yeah, I really want to see that bathroom being built, and you cut it out. You suck. So this goes out to those people. Although I'm sure there's not one person that exists like that. Maybe there is, and who am I to say that there isn't? So now we are working on moving on from that weirdness. We are now furnishing the garage, which of course I am using my what I call my garage cabinets, which are the base game industrial looking ones, just put it in full size. They just look garagey to me. That's the only way I can explain it. And I end up putting this little woodworking table, and then I end up putting the decoration box, I'm pretty sure. And one thing about this is I realized I did not put a home gym in this house, even though the dad is like an athlete career, which is so funny because the house next door has a home gym and nobody works out in that house. Maybe they should switch houses, but my bad. I don't know. I keep saying my bad. Maybe I should stop apologizing for things and just stop doing them. That's another thing I could do. Yeah, that's a possibility. Here we're now furnishing Grandma Helen's room. I'm pretty sure that's her name. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that gotta be her name, right? Either way, Grandma Helen's room here. I think I really like this room. This room is really cute. It does give grandma, but in the best way. It's very cozy. It's very cute. It's very grandma. I just really like this room. It's really cute. I like the kind of gray and white aesthetic. I don't know. Would you say that like headboard and dresser table things, are those gray or are those brown? I thought they were gray. My boyfriend said they were brown. I don't know. I'm not getting into it. I ended up putting this little, like, I was gonna put a frame TV on the wall because I thought grandma deserved one. But, like, I didn't want routing issues, so I just kind of didn't, and I put a clock there instead, because I don't know why. Maybe this is just, like, my own core memory, but, like, I feel like a lot of people may be able to relate to this. So, when you guys are younger, and you slept over at your grandma or grandpa's house, or grandma's house, whatever, right? There's always, like, you had, like, the best, but yet worst sleeps of your life. Like, you either sleeping on a couch or a guest bedroom or whatever. For me, it was always a couch. And you were sleeping, and, like, it was pitch black. It was either way too hot or way too cold. There was some random, like, ticking nearby, always from a grandfather clock. And then there was, like, a red light coming from some device somewhere. You weren't allowed the TV to be on most times because your grandma would be like, you need your rest. And if you were allowed TV, if you were like me, my grandma would put the TV on. Both grandmas would put the TV on, and then put a sleep timer on for, like, 20 minutes. So I was only allowed to, like, watch it for 20 minutes. Which, by the way, to this day, would not work on me. Like, I have to sleep with the TV on. That's, like, to this day, and I'm 20 years old. It has been that way since the day I was born. I need a TV on to sleep. Like, literally since the day I was born. So, yeah. I also thought it'd be funny. So that's why there's a cup of teeth on the shelf above the toilet. I thought it was funny. Every time I build a grandma room, I always gotta put the cup of teeth. Y'all, I'm sorry. But, like, it just seems... Like, what other time are you gonna be able to put a cup of teeth in a house without being really creepy? Like, when else are you going to be able to put a random cup of teeth in a bathroom without it looking like you stole someone's teeth? So, never. So, therefore, when every time I build a house and there's a grandma living or grandpa living in it, there got to be the teeth. You just got to... That's like a... you know what? I'm not even... I'm not going to continue talking about teeth in a cup because I feel like that's just really weird. So we are now moving on to the foyer of the upstairs because I forgot to do it. I jumped straight to grandma's room because I was excited about grandma's room, okay? But we are now working on the upstairs hallway, upstairs landing, upstairs whatever you want to call it. I put this little bookshelf and these Dream Home Decorator cubes, which I thought were pretty cool. I like using these. I didn't, like, I really never used these until I started watching Bloxburg speed builds. If you guys seen my last video, you would have heard my long Bloxburg rant, so I'm not going to do it to you guys again, but if you don't want to go and watch, the TLDR or moral of the story is I got banned on Roblox for absolutely nothing and want to cry about it, because I am low-key obsessed with playing Bloxburg, which, again, long story short, if you're not sure what Bloxburg is, it's Sims, but you are the Sim. It's like first-person Sims. There you go. That's the moral of the story of the last video, and I got banned and I want to cry about it. So... I'm in now, so it's all fine. But either way, I was talking about in that video, the last video, that how I've been watching a lot of Bloxburg speed builds because just like Sim speed builds, I like watching Bloxburg speed builds because it's the same exact thing. People also build in Bloxburg and they build incredible things. And for some reason, the Bloxburg builds, they have some obsession with them Dream Home Decorator cubes, but they're obviously not Dream Home Decorator because that's not a thing in Bloxburg. But they're like those same exact cubes. And people have an obsession with those, and they put them everywhere. And I was like, maybe I could learn a thing or two. So I started putting them in my builds, and I kind of get the hype. I gotta say. But now we are now furnishing the son's room, which I have to check his name because, as you guys know, I've been really bad with names recently. So this is actually Dylan's room, which, if you know me in real life, you know how much I love that name. It's my boyfriend's name. That's why. I did not make that name. That's not why I named this sim that. I actually didn't name the sim. I quite literally got all of this family information, including their careers, names, how many kids, all of that. I got all of their information from a random family generator from Google. So, therefore, I did not make up the name Dylan for this sim, but Google did, and I just went along with it because I was like, huh, that's my boyfriend's name. That's funny, and I'm going to keep it. So, yeah. Love the name Dylan, it's great. Although this sim has a different spelling of the name. This sim spells it D-Y-L-A-N, which if my boyfriend could hear me right now, which he can't because he's across the hall playing video games himself, he would probably say, that's not how you spell Dylan, because his name is spelled D-Y-L-E-N, which he thinks is correct because it's Dylan. He thinks with the D-Y-L-A-N is Dylan. I'm not getting into it because it's a touchy subject. But we are now furnishing Mr. Dylan's room here, and I went for this like blue and black kind of aesthetic, and I think it looks really good, and I really like this room. I put this little shelf up here, and then I try to find things to clutter it up with, which you can see me do right now. I always end up putting this rocket ship thing in here. I don't know why I do it in every kid's room, but I thought he had kind of an interest in like video games and sports. Maybe I did kind of unconsciously make it some little bit of a thing with like a little bit subconsciously. I think I furnished this room a little bit for my boyfriend's as his childhood self, because he also was into sports and video games, and but if it was for his childhood self, it would be purple and black, because my boyfriend's favorite colors are dark purple and black, not blue. So my favorite color is blue, and our bedroom is blue. But you know, I didn't make it for me. I made it for this fictional sim who apparently is interested in these things. But I just put a little void critter stuff around, also some sports posters and jerseys, and just I want to say sports on the floor. I'm a little Simsy stan. I watch her all day, every day, and every time she puts those little like sports equipment on the floor, she always says sports on the floor, so it's like something that's stuck with me. But either way, yeah. And every kid in this house has a TV in their bedroom because let me just explain myself, okay? Let me just explain myself for a minute. Basically, I grew up in a household where everybody always had a TV in their room, and I understand that as privilege, and it's like I was spoiled. I get it, okay? Don't even come at me in the comments about it. But, like, also, all my friends did, too. Like, I don't know anybody who doesn't have a TV in their room. Like, I never did. So, it's just normal for me. I don't know how to explain it. I definitely talked with this in a video before. But basically, I've had a TV in my room since the day I was born. My brother has always had a TV in his room, whether he used it or not. He usually didn't, because he was into video games and reading more than TV, but he had one. And my parents have quite literally always had TV in their room. And then we have the living room TV. My cousins all have TVs in their rooms. All my friends have TVs in their rooms. Just kind of the way it goes. I thought it was normal. I think that it's normal. I can't imagine what I'd do with a TV in my room. I'd probably not sleep in here because, as I said earlier, I can't sleep without my TV on. So I'd probably cry. However, there was like a good 6 or 7 months there I did not use my TV and use like my Chromebook for literally no reason at all. Either way, we are now furnishing the toddler's bedroom. I called this the pink toddler. There's 2 toddlers in this house. There is Aubrey and Addison, 2 different ages. One's 4, one is 2, and I kind of color coded them. One of them is like the pink kid and one of them's purple kid. And if you have a sister, you'll understand. I don't have a sister, but I have a cousin who was basically raised like my sister, and I believe in this theory very strongly. And there's always, if there's 2 girls in your household, like 2 sisters, you are one of them, or you have 2 sisters, there's always a theory of the pink and purple sister, and I believe that to be true. So therefore, it's like pink and blue. You know what I mean? Like one sister's favorite color is pink, the other one's purple. Or for example, your parents go out and they get you 2 notebooks. One of them for you is like gonna be pink, and like your sister's gonna be purple, or vice versa. That's always the way it was for me and my cousin, who's like literally been here the day I was born and forever. She lives next door now, but yeah, she lived here for many years. So that was always the case. I was the pink one. So every time my parents got us something, or like even anything like that, or our school equipment, even like in chat rooms or like games or whatever, if we had to like put a color to our name, like Roblox, you can pick your gamer tag color. Mine would be pink, hers would be purple. That's like just the way it goes. There's a pink and there's a purple sister. And even if you don't have sisters, I feel like your friends are like that too. Because again, I'm the pink, and then my best friend is purple forever. So that's like the way it goes. So that's how I kind of did this with the pink and purple sister thing, because I think that's a real theory. I just have to say, I think it is. And I think that kind of goes the same with 2 boys as well. I think one is always blue and one is always green. That's just like the way it is. There's always a blue brother and the green brother. Same as how there's a pink sister and purple sister. I don't know. I don't have, it's just me and my brother. So it's just been always pink, and then there's always been green. My brother was the green brother and I was the pink sister. So I don't know. I feel like it just kind of subconsciously goes that way, but I really like it, and I think it looked cool, and I really like one of these rooms. I don't remember who was who. Like, I don't remember if I gave Addison the purple one. I don't think it mattered. I don't think when I was creating them in class, I definitely color coded them, but I didn't like think about who was who or whose room goes into what. But I don't remember which is which, I mean. But now we are decorating the purple sister's room, and poor pink sister, she has like the biggest room, so that's unfortunate for purple sister, but she is the second oldest. She's the oldest girl of the family, so I mean, maybe. I don't know. Maybe maybe she's not. Again, I don't know. I don't know which Aubrey or Addison lives in what room, but either way, I know that the 2 sisters, they have 2 opposite rooms. So, yeah, we're just pretty much finishing up on purple girl's room here. I like her room. I think it looks pretty cool. I thought that it looked pretty good, and I liked it a lot. I don't know. She probably don't care. She's 2. I don't think they care much what the room looks like, as long as they can just sleep and eat. I mean, I still remember how my childhood room looked like, but I mean, I'm still living in it. It's just been redone like 6 different times. It was like pink and kind of looked like this actually. So yeah, I mean, I guess I still remember what it looks like, but I don't think I would have cared what it looked like when I was younger, because again, like I said, you're just sleeping and eating in here anyway, so don't think it matters. Either way, we are now moving on to the upstairs bathroom, which I made another kind of custom walk-in shower with walls and floor-to-ceiling windows and a door. I think that door is from Spa Day, and I'm using my same old Parenthood counters or sinks with a base game toilet, and I think this is also a spa day tub, and then a cabinet from base game, and also another one from, I'm pretty sure that's from Parenthood, and same with the mirror, also from Parenthood. Parenthood has really good bathroom stuff, surprisingly. And in the shower I added a little bench or like stool type of thing, and then a little hanging plant, which would probably do horrible in that humidified shower, but I mean, it's a Sim, so it doesn't matter. And I'm just adding in some extra details like towels and things like that, and this bathroom is super cute. I really like it, and I think it looks really good. Now I'm just adding in some soaps and different things in the shower and some extra decorations, and we should be moving on to another bedroom or maybe the backyard or something. I don't even know. Oh, another bathroom. We're working on another bathroom, which is just a copy and paste of a regular bathroom, because as I said earlier, like I'm sorry, I should start cutting them out, honestly, because all bathrooms I make in this game look the identical, like they're the exact same. So there's really no point in showing you guys, but I mean, why cut out a part of the speed build? Maybe some people want to know what the bathroom looks like in this house. There might be people out there like that. And now I'm just kind of putting in some stuff that I maybe didn't put originally in the hallway, like I forgot about, like this little laundry shelf thing that I always put in hallways. And now we're moving on to the back deck or back patio, back porch, whatever you prefer to call it. Here where I live, we call them decks. I heard there's a difference. I didn't know there was one. So yeah, I add this little seating area with carpet, ceiling chairs, and that, I don't know what it's called, but it's that kit we got for free. Oh wait, no, that's a Snowy Escape couch. Never mind. Snowy Escape couch with the book note kit, chairs, and then I'm adding some Island Living little lounge chairs. I call them tanning chairs. I don't know what they're actually called. They're probably just called like lounge chairs, but yeah. And then I tried to add this little area for like a little tiny bit of landscaping, but no matter what tree I put in here, it always seemed to clip with the house. So it ended up not being in that square at all and being just the side of it, which I don't think, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think I ever fixed that. So my bad, and I'm really sorry. And I'm adding these perfect patio stuffed chairs as well with a little table in between, and of course the pool ladders. Even though they're kind of useless in this game, it's a Sims 4. If this was a Sims 2 or 3, your Sims would die without one. But since it's Sims 4, they'll just hop out, so it doesn't matter very much. And now I'm just kind of finishing the grassy part of this yard, and I added this little tiny bit extra part of the area where I put a hot tub in, because I don't know, I like them. My house has a pool and a hot tub, so why can't these guys? And 2 toddler slides, because there is 2 toddlers here, and a swing set and some other play equipment for the child that does live here. And yeah, now I'm just adding in some more final touches around the house, like things in the garage, like these little non-functional electrical boxes and water heater that came with a for rent pack. There is a functional version, but I choose to use the non-functional version so you don't have any issues when you're playing. And now we are adding wallpaper in, and it is at this moment, well, not quite this moment, but after I finish putting the wallpaper, because I'm like, that's it, I'm done the build. I forget that there is a basement in this house, and I think it's about right about now where I'm like, oh yeah, there's a basement. So I quickly throw this basement together. Is it kind of lazily done? Yeah, but at this point I was building for like 3 hours. I was tired, I wanted to go to bed, so I just wanted to get it over with. So I added these little base game career unlockable couches, which are very beautiful, and these 2 chairs, which I don't remember where they're from, maybe the basement kit, and just little decorations like a side table from base game and lamps and things like that. And I just kind of threw this room together. I think it's kind of cute. It's like a little extra TV room, living room area where maybe you can go downstairs and watch a movie with your family, or just even hang out. I don't know, you can just, you know, relax, vibe. And yeah, and then I just kind of literally, I was so lazy at this point that I just copy and pasted the bathroom downstairs because I could not care. And we are back to putting wallpaper back on the walls, because that's, a house needs it. And usually when I first start a build, I always paint all the walls white just so I can get like a clean slate type of thing, and I paint them when we're done. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I went with the Parenthood, I believe, yeah, Parenthood wallpaper, where they have like a little bit, it was called like crown molding, I don't know, but it has it on the bottom. And I painted the boys' room blue and black, and then pink toddler's room is of course gonna be pink, and then the purple toddler's room is gonna be, you guessed it, purple. So yeah, that's the vibe I went with in here, and mostly everything is done except I'm just adding like little accent walls down in the bathrooms, which I painted all light blue as well. And then yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more speed builds, and I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. Alright, bye guys.